something else that you have been, that I know that you've talked about before, is this idea of Bauhaus for data
Mhm.
science. And so we're going to get kind of another analogy in the picture here. So Bauhaus is a famous German school of design. And what comes to mind for me when I hear Bauhaus is a minimalistic design that's useful, it's resource efficient, and it's mass producible. So I'm guessing that your Bauhaus for data science, we want some of those principles in there. We want to have resource efficient data science that's mass producible. How can we redefine or refine, fine tune the data science process
Mhm.
to better follow these kinds of Bauhaus design principles?
Right. So for the audience out there, um, this is probably a very interesting shift of topic. But let me give you a little more context. This is basically my thinking, like working in the field of data science for 7, 8 years, and seeing how, on the one side, you see all of these technological breakthroughs, right? Theoretical breakthroughs, exciting models coming out. But on the other side, the industry itself is also maturing, like in the sense of the ecosystem is getting bigger. You're seeing supermodel as a service. You're seeing a lot of automation that's happening, whether it's ML ops or auto ML, and you're seeing functional specialization within the field. Like before, it's like data scientist, this one big hat, and you can be doing gazillion different things. Depends on where you go. But now it kind of become more clearly defined. Like these are data engineering responsibilities. These are business intelligence responsibilities, and these are machine learning engineer responsibilities, and these are research data science responsibilities, so on and so forth. So I've started to think where this whole field is going and what does that mean if you are a data scientist or you're coming into this field, right? Are we going to be, say, out of jobs very soon because all the automation is happening? And so I've been noodling on that myself. And one day I was at the MoMA design store, the bookstore, and was reading a book about design. And it from there, I got a very interesting analogy, which is Bauhaus. And uh, it's about how design has transformed um, the artistic creation and fit that into the modern world that has now become like every aspect of our life is influenced by design. But it used to be this fine art thing that only like very talented elite people can create and a very small group of people can appreciate, right? Art used to be like that. And it's kind of what data science used to be as well. It's like these very cool algorithms that small group of people understand and small group of people know how to utilize to create value.
Mm-hmm.
But really, we've gone to the point that it's kind of matured enough to start thinking about uh, the design parallel in data science, which is if you have a business problem and if there is a data piece to it that you can solve the problem with, then there is a need or demand for data science. And regardless of whether you're big enterprises or small ones, even a startup with 2 people, there should be the possibility to make data science useful at your organization. And that would mean as an individual data scientist or a small data science team, you're able to make a bigger impact by focusing on the really human centered parts, right? A lot of other stuff can be automated, and automation is happening, like in terms of try these bunch of models and give me the best one, automate my deployment pipeline, even the test aspect, monitoring my data drift and all that, send me alert. So all those should be automated. And as data scientists, we will benefit greatly from them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But the part that's always gonna be a data scientist job is tied to the domain, like the problem that you're solving, right? Very much like a designer, which should always be listening and surveying the users and audience to really get to know their need and transfer that knowledge into creation of the design and product. Similarly, for data science, there is a domain coupled aspect of it that's always going to require a human to be there. And how do you marry the business problem and the methods that's out there, whether that's state of the art or it could either be it could even be an old method, but you find a lateral use case for it that can really work out. So you need to be married in both worlds to actually solve problems and make impact. Therefore, I feel this Bauhaus for data science analogy at the center of it is to, for either a data scientist or data science team, sit really close to the problems in your domain. Keep an eye out for all the cutting edge stuff that's happening. Have a really big chess box. Utilize as much automation as you can, right? Don't be an enemy of them. They're not going to automate our jobs away. They're going to allow us to make a bigger impact. And then make sure you're turning this flywheel as fast as you can. And this flywheel is that you learn about the business problem, you make experiments, and you learn from your experiments, and then you deploy and make impact, and then you continue the cycle. By knowing the business problem well and knowing the methods well, you're able to spin that wheel as fast as you can. Oh, and there's also a third aspect of it, which I forgot to mention, is about forming partnership with other people in your organization. And that is a topic all of itself, but I do think a data scientist should care about it. Like, regardless of whether you have a product manager or not, it's in everybody's best interest if you have at least a end-to-end mindset, like knowing what your user need. After you're producing what you have, continue to learn what can be improved. Yeah, so that's the Bauhaus idea.